I don't forget. It is Ada Lovelace's birthday. She was a female mathematician, like the first of her kind. And she created an algorithm, and that algorithm is what led to computers. So she's widely considered as the first computer scientist. So the reason that we have computers or phones or iPads or anything that runs on algorithms, the reason why like you get personalized ads, like everything runs on an algorithm. And that's because of this woman right here. This is a rendering, obviously, not a photograph, but she is pretty cool. She's like the foundation of coding, which is the foundation of computers. So some computer scientists today make apps. So the question for today is, what app could you not live without? Like either on your phone, on your computer, what app could you not live without? Blow up the chat. Tell me what app you could not live without. YouTube. The weather app. Yes. Fun story. My sister used to, when she was like 6 years old, used to go downstairs, and instead of turning on cartoons, she would turn on the Weather Channel. It was so silly. We don't know why she did it. That's what she did. She liked to watch. She thought it was soothing. YouTube and Netflix. Yeah, for sure. Wow, so many YouTube. What do you do on YouTube? You just watch videos, like video after video after video? Everything on YouTube. Music apps, I live in my Spotify app. Discord for sure to chat. Instagram and YouTube, just everything. We do everything on YouTube. I'm here for it. I like it. All right, team. A happy early birthday. No birthdays today, but we do have birthdays between now and the next time that we meet on Tuesday. So happy birthday going out to Nancy, going out to Stephanie, Eric, Gabby, and Blanca. We have a lot of birthdays going out. Super pumped. Gally, if you could throw that password in the box, that'd be great. Thank you. YouTube videos low-key better. Yeah, sometimes better than Netflix. That is true. Can't spend time away from my phone in general. It makes me uneasy. Yeah, that's when we know that we're starting to feel an addiction, right? Like I didn't know where my phone was for like 15 minutes, and I was freaking out. Not because I was like worried about buying a new one, although I was, but also because like, what if someone's messaging me? They weren't. I wasn't popular. Yeah, I'm glad to hear you can relate, Roxana. Thank you, Gali, for popping that password in. All right. I'm gonna do the announcements, and then I'll turn off this music here in a second. I know we love it. We'll bring it back for work time today. So announcements for today. The major one is that bonus office hours are still happening today, but y'all have college knowledge from 3 to 3:50. So maybe, and it might go till 4. So our office hours will start after that. Ms. Pohl and I will be there for sure. I'm not sure about the other teachers, but I will send an updated list later this afternoon so you know who's going to be there. But I'll be there, Ms. Pohl will be there for sure, because it is our day to be there. Cool. For the rest of the day, I'm going to pause this so we can do a little focus. For the rest of the day, what we are going to do is we're going to review for the interim a little bit, because that was asked for on Tuesday. That was what we were like looking for. And then we're going to do some student highlights, and we're going to talk about the project. So we'll do some project updates and a walkthrough example of parabolas, right? Your project is due on Tuesday, which is 5 days from today, which means you're going to be combining it with your partner. It is due on Tuesday, so that just in case something happens, we have a little bit of time before like everything closes. So that is why it's due on Tuesday. Many of you are in a really good place from what I can tell. We just need to start like combining them together. So I'm going to give you some project updates when we get there. I'm looking back at the chat here and saw a question. Yes. The question was, today's assignment is 10 more lines, but we are done with our portions. Do we put it together now? And the answer is yes, you're going to put it together. The way that you do that is just one person sends their link to another person and then, or to the other person, and then that person opens up both and just copies and pastes them onto the same, copies and pastes the equations onto the same document. And you all will both put it in there. Yes, Gary, that is good. And amazing. Gally, thanks for being so helpful in the chat. Okay, Gary and Gally are just having a conversation in the chat now. Arceli, I'm going to explain how to create files in the project update section. So if you could ask me that question again, if I forget, that would be muy bien. Great. My group and I finished with ours, but we need to give it more touches to adjust the line. Yeah, no problem. That sounds like a plan. So I'm going to do a lot of project updates in here. I want to do our interim review first because that's going to take a smaller amount of time and get our brains warmed up. So in order to do an interim review, I want to see how we can do with some of the questions. And so I'm gonna pop in the questions. The interim this week, I don't know if you know this, the interim tomorrow is only 20 questions, which is awesome. It's not the normal 60 questions. It's also going to be a shorter amount of time, right? So it's not going to be 60 questions in 60 minutes. I think it's going to be 20 questions in 30 minutes, right? So it's a third of the length, so you have more time, and it's half of the time. So you'll have less time, but you'll have more time to work on each question, okay? So that should be good news for most of us. It also is only going to focus on the things that we learned during quarter 2, right? So it's just going to focus on quadratics. For my pre-calculus humans, we focus on quadratics a little bit as well, and so you should be totally fine. But all 11th graders are going to take the quadratics test, and pre-calc will just be like a little bit of a review on like factoring. But I do actually think that plenty of us could get like a 100% on this test. So I just want to review some of those things, and then we will jump in. So in order to review, we're going to play Gimkit. I'm going to go ahead and pull up here. I'm playing solving and factoring. We'll go ahead and play this. So the way to play, and this is part of your participation points for today, just playing, even if you get them all wrong, that's good information for me too. So we are going to play classic. We're going to play for 8 minutes. And then once we have played for 8 minutes, then I will explain the problems that were the most missed. Okay. Yes, Amy, that is fine. So just to be like sure, you're going to put in your own name. That's how you'll get credit for today. It's called Gimkit. I'm going to show you the website in a second. You're going to start with $75 so you can do the power-ups. You will be able to check the answer. So if you answer something incorrectly, you should check the answers to see what you should have put. And you'll have power-ups and you can hurt each other. So go for it. Go ahead and freeze them out. All right, so you're going to go to gimkit.com/live. Type that into up here in the, I don't know what it's called, in the like search box. And then you're going to go to that number there. It is called Gimkit. And Gally, once you get logged in, if you could throw the password, that'd be great. Nice, see you all in here. I know some of y'all are on FaceTime with each other. You can work together if you want, since I know some of y'all are talking to each other over me anyways. So for the next 8 minutes, use your powers for good. We're gonna play Gimkit. We'll let some people get in here. We got 36 players so far. We got about 100 people on this call right now. Very impressive. Oh my God, I know. My favorite is when people are on camera and I can see them talking to someone else. I'm like, seriously? Yep, I know everything. It's true. Hi. This would never happen with Lily and with Amy, but sometimes the only people on camera are like not paying attention at all. And I'm like, what are you even on camera for? Hello, I can see you not paying attention. Yeah. All right. We got 64 people. I'm pumped. 65. I'm gonna wait like 1 more minute. Should we turn on the jams? We'll turn on the jams for a moment. No problem, Ezra. Thanks for letting me know. Paying attention. I know. When we get back to school, and y'all are gonna have a hard time paying attention. But also maybe like the best time ever because you'll be so happy to be back. Something more aggressive and competitive. Oh yes, GimKit's gonna come with its own aggressive competitive music. This is just for the warm-up time. Hi Miriam, good morning. I don't know if you know you're off mute. There you go. All right, we've got 79. There are 21 people in this room not playing the game. Very interesting. 19 people in this room. Yes, go over the notes. Keep your notes handy if you want to use them. Yeah, Peyton, are you playing AP Calculus? You gonna try to play here? We do have Stephanie in the house. It's her birthday this weekend. So Stephanie, PA, thank you. Apparently they don't want me. Here we go. Peyton, you just have to like on purpose miss a few. That's all. Just don't take first place, then people won't be mad. That's what I do. Aim for a solid 5th place. If you can end the game in 5th place, we'll know that you're the master. Stephanie. Wow. Okay. On that note, we are gonna get started. Here we go. You have 8 minutes. Is this aggressive and competitive enough, Sally?
No,
Christmas competitive. Well done, Wendy, taking an early lead. Lots of upgrading. I appreciate the upgrading. Peyton's gonna spare you. All right, if you're just joining us, you're gonna go to gimkit.live/play. Our code is 4862. Ooh, look at Gabby. Number 1. Gabby with the smiley face. Big fan of the emojis. What you like to see? Good job, team. Seeing lots of multipliers. Appreciate that. Era's dropping to the bottom, but just 50 multiplied. Even rebound. If you're still trying to get in, if you're like, man, I wish I was playing that game, you got it. Just type that gimkit.live/play in your URL. I see you, Elizabeth, climbing on up. Got there, nice. Galley on that top spot. Someone freeze Galley. Yeah, I'm glad that we're going over this. I see we've forgotten some. That's okay. We'll go over them. That's the whole point. got just about 5 minutes left. See lots of upgrading. That is a way to win this game. Great job. If you are not about the online life, if your internet is struggling, like the game is just not working for you, when Miss Max screen shares, it's not there. If you are like, I can't do this right now, Miss, I want to do it later, I pop the link into the chat and I'll send it out later today with the like non-live version of this. If you need to do it asynchronously, you have that chat. You can open up that link right now, you can come back to it later. But there. Yes, Emiliano, upgrading, appreciate that. Good job, Nancy, almost birthday human. Nice. Diana, Josh, Grayson, nice. Eric took the lead. Golly, what happened? All right, Shelly, taking over that first place spot. Good job. I see you, people. I see you climbing. Look at you, Faith. Nice job. Good job, Sebastian. Slight react. It's going to be tough to give you points today. I don't know who you are. You have to tell us. Just 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Make it happen, people. Wendy, nice job. Moving on up. Devin taking over that second spot. Emiliano coming into fourth. Amazing. Hi, Josh. We're just wrapping up a game of Gimkit. It is totally fine. You can play on your own. So that is the link for later. We're going to go over some problems, and then we're going to jump into our low ropes today. Just starting class with quick review. One minute and 30 seconds left. Who will take over that top spot? Will someone get frozen? Yes. 1 moment. No problem, Melanie. Glad to see you. One minute. Gary, Araceli, how does it feel? Tell us in the chat. Ooh, insurance has been upgraded. Whew. Here we go, 30 seconds. Will Devin take it? Or will something happen to Devin? We have so much money in our class pot. Great job, team. In third place, Elizabeth. Second place, Araceli. First place, Devin. Woohoo! Good job, Devin. Excellent work to all of our competitors today. Anybody who made it in the top 10. It was a tough game. There were 80 people in this game. I appreciate you. Look at those clicks. I know how you love the clicks, so I'm gonna let you click. Go ahead, click it up. Last time we got to like 10,000. Can you do it again? I don't know. Nebu, thank you for letting me know. Sounds good. You get your points. If you use a non-name, so if you used a nickname of some kind, or if you are one of my two Roxanas, but you aren't like Rox, I don't know which Roxana this is. So if whichever Roxana could just let me know I was Rox, you can private message me. If you used, oh, player still entering name, whoever you are, player still entering name, or John is late. I appreciate your funniness, but I also want to be able to give you points. Thank you. So just tell me what your name was, if it wasn't like just your regular name. Cool. Thanks, Kayla. Thanks, Rox. Excellent. Oh no, 20,000. No, stop. Stop. Okay. I wanted to show you, for those of you who are on the call but weren't able to join, I did put the interim review right here. So you can go ahead and click this later. Or if you did it just now and you want to redo it, you totally can. It is available on your Canvas at this point. Let me double check that it was saved on each one. Yep, it's saved on all three classes. 20,000, wow. Wow, let's view this report. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see how we're doing. Dun, dun, dun. So let's go over some most missed questions. Y'all can keep clicking, but we're gonna look at the questions. Wait for it. Loading, loading, loading. All right, let's look at the question breakdown. All right, our lowest level question was this one here. It said, which of the following is the solution to the equation 4 plus x squared equals negative 5x? Is there someone who, I know 44 people got this correct. Is there someone who could come off mute and talk to us about how to solve this? How could I solve this problem? Any ideas? Any ideas? Negative? None? Not yet. Okay, I'm going to show you how I. Oh. Talk to us again, Zephyr.
So don't you have to move the negative 5x to the other side? Or
Yes,
under
you have to
the
move.
x2 or x squared?
Yep, so you want to add it to this side over here. So we'd have x squared plus 5x plus 4 equals 0, right? So we move everything to one side. And then what would you do? Any ideas?
No, that's all I know.
No, that's perfect. Great. You got us started. Thanks, Zephyr. I'm sending a merit your way. So I have, oh, Zephyr, can you do me a favor? Can you type 1 merit in the chat box and send it to me so that I remember? Yeah, Kayla, you factor it out, definitely. So if we have x squared, just gotta type it here, x squared plus 5x plus 4, that's what we had, yes. Oh my goodness, the clicking continues. Yeah, plus 4. then we could factor it into x plus 4 and x plus 1 because we need two numbers that multiply to get 4 and add to get 5. So 1 and 4 are numbers there. And our question asks us for the solutions, what is the solution? So what I have to do is switch the sign. So I would have x equals -4 and -1. So -4 or -1 could be my answer. And then I'm going to go ahead and look here. Wait for it. -4 and -1. So I can see, oh, my answer must be -4, right? Yep, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Yes, Kayla, I think. Yes, Kimbo. The opposite. So -4 would be my answer for that one, right? For sure. Let's look at this one. Which of these points represents the vertex of this? Honestly, the easiest way to do this, you're going to have access to decimals on your test. The calculator will be decimals. So all you're going to do is type in -x squared, -x squared plus 6, and you'll see this graph here. And then where is the vertex? Where is the vertex? The vertex is the top point, right? The top point. So you would have 0,6, 0,6, and that top point is C. Your correct answer would be C here. Yep, 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 exactly. Kimbo, no, you're gonna find factors of the last number that add to the middle number, right? So it'd be factors of 4 that add to 5. 1 and 4. Yes. All right. Our next question was this one. It says, what's the x-intercept of the graph? Again, I would just type it into my calculator, x squared plus 10x plus 25. I see this graph here. My x-intercept is along the x-axis. Let me go ahead and select that one there. It says -5, right? -5. So my answer would be -5G here. It does feel like so long since we've learned math, for sure. That's why I wanted to go over it. No, so Kimberly, 4 times 1 equals 4, right? But 4 plus 1 equals 5. So then we add them to get the middle number. Yes, thanks Wendy for helping out in the chat there for sure. So much good math talk in the chat. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go back through the chat and make this happen. Yeah, y'all, the reason that we are going through some of this is because we definitely feel rusty and I don't want you to go into tomorrow feeling rusty still. So let's do it. Let's look at this one. So if I'm looking at this one, we got 4 graphs and it's asking which of the following is the graph of this. Again, I would go to decimals. I would probably use decimals on like 80% of these questions, right? I would go to decimals. I would say x plus 4 squared plus 2. And I see this graph here, right? I see that graph there. So since my graph is this one, I would look and see which one does it match. And I can see that it matches the A, right? I can see that it matches the A graph. So I'd select. Yeah, you can use decimals on the interim. When you get to the test, right? When you get to the test, there's going to be a button that says calculator, right? If you click on the calculator, you should see decimals as your calculator. Yeah, so use decimals for as many things as you can. So even on that last problem where it was like x squared plus 5x plus 4, right? We would get this. And we know that the solutions are the x-intercepts. So we could click on the x-intercepts and see the answers are -4 and -1. We don't even have to factor them, right? We don't even need to factor. So decimals is like a super helpful tool for doing these problems. Cool. Let's do one more here, maybe 2 more. It says, what is the sum of the solutions of the quadratic equation here? Can somebody tell me what's my first step? Very similar to the first problem we did. What's my first step? What do I have to do?
Move the 7x to the other side.
Yes, we need to move the 7 to the other side. I see Gali in the chat saying -7, and Antoine, good addition, -7x, not just the 7, but the 7x is coming to the other side. So I would have x squared plus 10 minus 7x. So I see this graph here. It's asking for the solution, so I'm looking for the x-intercept. So I'm selecting both of those, right? So 2 and 5, and it's asking for the sum of the solution. So what am I going to do with 2 and 5? Yes, I'm going to add them together, 2 and 5. 2 and 5 make 7, right? So my correct answer would be 7 because it says sum. Sum means addition. Thank you, Janet, for letting me know. She's coming in now. Cool. All right, so I'm adding them together because it says the word sum. Let's do one more just for good. All right. So for this one, if you really like factoring, you could GCF factor this, right? If you wanted to. If you don't like factoring, you can go to your handy dandy Desmos tool, x squared plus 8x. You can look and see where are those solutions on the x-axis. Click each of them, -8 and 0, -8 and 0. So we have, we don't see -8 here, but we do see 0. So H would be our correct answer. Desmos is your best friend. Best friend. So make sure that you're using Desmos if you can. Okay. All right, cool. Sweet. I will, if you have any more questions or if you're checking out the example here, we will make that happen. Oh, let's do one more, sorry. So here it says which values make the algebraic equation true. Remember, you need the one that's the opposite of this. So -2 and divide by 5. So -2/5. So it's either B or D. And then this one, we're going to add 3 to the other side and divide by 3. So 3/3 is +1. So we would want B because it has +1, right? Again, if you want to just type it in here, you could see 5x plus 2 and 3x minus 3. And then you could go ahead and tap on those solutions and choose the one that matches the questions that you have here. Okay. Desmos is your best friend. Who's your best friend? Besides me and your actual best friend? Who's your best friend on the interim tomorrow? Desmos. Yes, Brandon. Thank you for sure. Appreciate you. All right. Let us jump back. How are we feeling? I'm going to throw a poll to you. Oh, JK. My poll is being annoying. All right. Tell me in the chat. You can tell me privately. You can tell me publicly. Are you a 0? I still feel terrible about the interim. All the way up to a 5. I feel great about the interim. I'm going to rock it out. Get 100%. Some 3s, some 4s, some 5s. Some 3s. A 0, yikes. A 6, yes. Lots of 3s. I feel that. 4.5. Feeling scared, but Desmos can really help. Yes, Desmos, your best friend. 2s and 3s. For sure. If you're feeling like you would like a little more practice, we can definitely practice together today during our office hours time. So if you can drop by from 3:50 to 4:30, we'll be doing some more practice. Yes, I definitely hear it with the test anxiety or your brain going blank during a test. I hear that. So we'll combat that with some practice. So if you want to drop by, more practice at 3:50 today, for sure. All right. I know that it is 9:39. I want to spend about 10 minutes explaining some pieces of the Desmos, and then I'm going to either release you to work on your, release you to get off the call, or I will release you to your teams. So I'm going to go over a few things for about 10 more minutes, and then we will be done for today. So we are done with our announcements, done with interim review. We're going to do some student highlights because this is so awesome. Number one, some amazing work is happening. I'm so proud of you. Even if yours is not up here, I was super proud of all the work that I saw. I just wanted to really show off some letter work that's happening. Brandon, Molly, Diana, Lauren. Guys, look at Melanie. I think she has like 300 lines. That's crazy. It's awesome. Ashley L, great job on those letters. You can go ahead and party it up in the chat, give some snaps. We also have some awesome things starting to emerge here. I can't wait to see what they are. Yes, Miriam, one moment. Amazing job. Amazing, amazing. Gally, if you could send the chat or send the attendance, please. Thank you. Appreciate you. Yes, look at these. These are so beautiful. So starting to see some of these come to life. Emiliano, great job. Look at that letter work with those nice, easy curves. Got some curves from Layla, got some curves from Desiree. Amazing job. Good job, y'all. We also have some amazing work with lettering and with these like easy curves, things happening here. Amy, I don't know if you know that you're off mute. We've got a house coming. I'm loving these, looking so beautiful. Antoine making it happen. We also have some awesome things here. I see Ale, I think is gonna go together with Gracia. So looking so good. We've got LCAD, I think is what it's called, LCAD. We've got like a little bird happening here. We got some clouds happening. No problem, Amy, good job. So these are super duper awesome. We've got a UCI happening. We've got some circles happening. Roxana is making some kind of awesome, like little, I don't know, doodad. It's very cool. I can't wait to see what they're gonna look like. Can you guys? It's gonna be awesome. We have an almost complete logo, I think, here for Dominguez Hills. Hand drawn, I really appreciate that for all my people who are trying some hand drawn business, including Florida as well. Look at this gator, it's gonna be so cute. So amazing job from our gentleman working on Dominguez Hills and my Florida peeps. Angelica is starting to build out this wolf here. And finally, our last one, we've got Sada E with those beautiful letters. Amazing. Rice looking so good with this owl happening. And Nancy building it out with FIU. Let's just give a huge round of snaps for everybody. I really, really, really appreciate the work that's happening right now. Yeah, great job, great job. So yes, so many claps. Axel, love the emoji claps. Joy, did you just copy the claps from Axel? Looking good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Amazing. So really, really awesome. Something that I've noticed that some people are doing and some people aren't is I don't know if you know that you can make the different the lines different colors and thicknesses. I didn't know at all actually that you can make thicknesses, but one of your classmates told me that you could, which is awesome. So if you click and hold on this little line right here, it will let you do a few things. You can make it a solid line, a dashed line, or a dotted line if you want. You can also change it to one of these 6 colors. So some people like to change all of theirs to black or all of theirs to red, or like some to black, some to red. So you can change the different colors. And then this number right here where you see the 3 lines, that is your thickness. So you can actually make it bigger. If you make this number bigger, then you can change the thickness of the line. I had no idea that you could do that. Very, very cool. Yes, somebody remind me, was it with Beth? Someone remind me, if you are the person who helped us out with the thickness, can you just say hey in the chat? Or you can come off mute. I'm gonna go back to my email. I'll update you on the thickness if they don't want, if they're being shy. But really, for real, awesome that we found the thickness because it's gonna look really good. So appreciate you, you can do that. Right, cool. So for those of you who are starting to get close to finished, I know some of us are feeling like we're still far away, but if you're feeling close to finished, I do have the rubric, I sent it out, and I also attached it in today's version on Canvas, today's lesson on Canvas. So just a few things that you need to have. In order to get an A in this category, you need to have at least 30 lines, right? You have to have at least 30 lines in order to get it here. For the non-linear lines, like for like curving lines, parabolas, or circles, or hyperbolas, if you're using the sideways parabolas, you need to have 10 per person in your group, right? So 10 per person in your group. If you have an honors member, then you need to have 50. If each honors person needs to have 15, right? So that's what I was saying about complication. So you can go through and just count how many have a squared in them or how many are like circles. That is going to be, if each person has 15, then you will be in a really good place, okay? For your equations list, your equations should be organized into folders. And this is Araceli's question from earlier. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. So what you can do in order to create folders, you're going to press this plus button and press folder. Then you can title it. So let's say I was going to do the lines that go into the C, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a line that goes into the C, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it so that it creates this line right here, right? Once it creates that line right there, that means that it's in the C folder. So I can close the C folder and those go away. So let's see, this blue line also a part of the C. I'm going to drag it up here. This green line, a part of the C, drag it up here like that. These other lines that I've created here, those are a part of maybe like the buffalo. So I'm going to make another folder and I'm going to call this the buffalo outline or something. You can title it however you want. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag these lines into that folder. They'll have, they're in a folder when you see this line right here. So drag these in here. The reason that this is awesome is so you can turn on and off the entirety of your C at one time, right? So it helps us to organize our equations into one place. So I can turn them off individually, like just turn off the black one, or I can turn off the whole folder, right? Right now it doesn't look that interesting because I only have 3, but when you have lots in there, it will be helpful. So you can have as many folders as you need, but in order to earn an A in that category, you would need to have all of your equations in folders. So you should be able to have, you'll probably have like 5 or 10 folders here, right? That is a part of there. I have to make a lot of folders. You can do like Melanie, you have the CSUN, right? You could put all of your CSUN equations in one folder and then all of your Matador equations in another folder if you want to do it that way. Or you could do it letter by letter if you wanted to. It's up to you how many folders you have. You just should have some organization to your logo. All right, let me make this a little smaller for you. All right, so we need to have enough lines. We need to have enough curving lines. Let me reshare this. Maybe. All right. And then can y'all see the second page of the rubric here? Or is it still frozen? It's telling me that it's frozen. You can see the second one. Okay, great. So for precision, the lines are very precise. We want to make sure that there's no noticeably overlapping things, right? So there's no gaps in between your lines where you can like see it. And we want to make sure that they're touching, but not like crossing over each other like this. So if you're done with your lines, you can be working today on making like shorter, like making them fit exactly together, right? You want to make sure that it looks like the picture that you created, right? So you want to make sure that all parts are represented. As long as it looks mostly, you can still get a B in that category. Your final document is going to include all the equations, the links, and screenshots. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second. And then one section is on group work and how you work as a group. If you're working by yourself, no problem, you won't be judged in this category. And then the final one is timeliness, that you share it with me on time on Tuesday. However, you can still get points if you share it on Wednesday or if you share it on Thursday. You can even get points if you share it on Friday, but you will get far less points. So you want to make sure that you are turning it in as soon as possible. Close to the deadline is Tuesday, so that's what we want. You can also get extra credit if your logo is particularly challenging or difficult. You can get extra credit if you use equation types like ellipses or inverses, hyperbolas or logarithms. If you use different kinds of equations in order to figure that out, you can. And then if yours is particularly creative, you can also get extra credit. So lots of extra credit available as well. People typically do very, very well on this assignment. All right, so you might be wondering, Miss, what am I going to turn in, right? What you're going to turn in is a document that looks like this. At the top, it has final equations. You're going to put your equations and your partner equations. If we need to add more people because you have 4 people, I'll make one that has like options for up to 4 people. That is totally fine. You are going to screenshot or copy and paste your equations into the equations list, right? So some of us might have like tons and tons. We're going to screenshot. That is totally fine. So you're going to screenshot in there. If you're working by yourself, you can use both partner 1 and partner 2. You can just say me and me for your equation. Okay. At the bottom, you're going to put what your final project looks like. So you're going to put your link, and then you're going to put the 3 separate screenshots. I'm going to show you one that was done from last year. Wait for it, wait for it. Okay, so this is Victor and Crystal's from last year. They have all of their different equations put into each of their spots. It's okay if it's not particularly pretty, but you can see that they have their folders show for each of their equations. So they have like, I don't know, 6 or 7 pages of equations. That's totally fine. And then you can see their equations are here, right? Their Desmos link. So if we click on this, it will take us to the actual Desmos. And then you're going to put in 3 screenshots. Your screenshots are going to look like this. You're going to have one screenshot that has the lines and the logo that you're starting with. You're going to have one screenshot that has this grass background on here with just your lines, so take away the color. And then you're going to have one screenshot that has like your final project. So on Tuesday, I'm going to show you how to take away the graph, take away like the grid lines, so you can have like a very professional looking logo as your final project. One question is, Ms. Mack, what if we have mostly lines and less parabolas in our picture? I am happy to talk with individual teams. I think most everybody has a logo that is complicated enough to get you to that 10 or 15 parabolas. But if you don't, I just need to take a look and make sure that I can clear you for like challenge level, right? Even if you don't have 15, you can still get non-linear segments as long as you have 5 per person, and you'll just lose, it'd be like 10 total points off of your project, but you can still get it. So not a big deal. That was a great question from the chat. All right. So I also have attached on Canvas a help document. If you're someone who's like, I still don't get how to do it, or I want to learn how to do circles, I want to learn how to do sideways parabolas, I have videos that are available to you. You're going to go to Canvas. I will show you. On Canvas, you have parabola, restrictions, sloped lines, horizontal and vertical, Desmos, but you also have the help document linked right here, and that help document will look like this. It will tell you how to do all of these different things. Josh, yes, you can change it up if you need to, but keep in mind that it is due on Tuesday. So today's point, your job is to do 10 more lines. If you already have like 1 million lines, you just need to have 30 total lines at this point. Although I would highly recommend that you have many more than 30 because we are trying to finish by Tuesday. One question, what happens if we include my stuff into our logo, but it's not in the drawing that we copy and pasted on Desmos? We already started working on it. That's fine. It's up to your team. Amy, just make sure that you are all on the same page. So you're creating like what, like if you're adding more stuff, that's totally fine. 30 for each person. Yes, each person should have 30. So if you're working in a team of 2, at this point, your logo should have 60 lines in it. If you don't have 60, then you're you should be like done with your project. Okay. So you already have 10 from last Thursday. You have 10 from Tuesday. So everyone should have 20 lines at this point. And then you're adding an additional 10 today. So each person should have 30 total lines. Yeah. Perfect. All right. We've done a ton of things today. I can do another walkthrough example of parabolas on Desmos, but as promised, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys either, you have a few options. Number one, you can stay with me and you can check out a walkthrough example of how to work with parabolas. Number two, you can go into a breakout room and work with your team. And number three, you can log off and work on it on your own. So you can decide which of those three options works best for you today. Thank you for still being here. I appreciate the 90 of you. I'm going to go ahead and make these rooms. I'm going to turn that off. So I'm going to go ahead and open all the rooms. Josh, I believe, yep, Josh, you're good. If you want me to check your picture, stay here. If you have any questions for me, stay here. Josh, you should be in Hamilton. Marcy, yes, can you send me the link to your picture, please? Wendy, I think I can. If you could send me the link to your Desmos, that'd be great. Bye, Zephyr. Have a great day. Brandon, you're going to Oregon, right? Brandon A. I believe I remember that. I'm going to send you there. Yeah, perfect. You should be good to go. Adrian, I'm going to put you in the solo team. If you want to go there, you can. If you want to log off, you can do that as well. All right, Wendy and Marcy, I got yours. If you are sticking around with me, if you could let me know if you have a question, go ahead and type question in the chat. If you have, if you're sticking around because you want to see an example on the parabolas, type parabola in the chat. If you need help, right, help. Brandon, they must have signed off. They didn't want to work with you, I guess. Bummer. Or they're still here in this room. I don't know. Sorry, my friend. Here in the walkthrough, cool. All right. Parabola and pictures, yes. Got a question? Yes, for sure. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to do the walkthrough first because I'm seeing a lot of people who are staying here for the walkthrough, and then I will help with individual questions. For sure. Okay, so I'm going to use my buffalo here. Let's say that I want to create maybe this line down here, right? The inside of this buffalo's like stomach here, right? I see that. I'm going to always start with y equals 1 x plus 1 squared plus 1, like that. That's going to create the parabola shape, the general parabola shape. Okay? I need it to be down here, and the center of this parabola is like, this is in vertex mode, so I'm going to use the vertex, right? So the vertex is right around here, maybe at like -18. So on my x-axis, I'm going to put 18. You'll notice it says plus 18 because it uses the opposite. Right, so it moved over to -18, and I need to move it down to like maybe -16. So here, if I put 16, it moves up. I want -16, like so. Right. All right, now it's pretty much here. I need to make it wider. The way that I make it wider is I use a fraction here. So if I put 1/2, 1/3, the smaller the fraction, the wider it gets. So like 1/9, 1/10. 1/100th is way out there, so close to 100 though, maybe 70. 70 looks decent, maybe a little less than 70, maybe 60, maybe 50. I'm just guessing checking. 50 looks pretty good. So I'm going to say, okay, I've got my line here. I'm going to go ahead and make it cut off like right around here, maybe 29.2, -29.2. Use parentheses, -29.2. is less than x. Let's start here. I'm going to go up here to this line here, maybe -8 as my x, -8. So I'm going to click in here, -8, like that. All right, so that is how I would create my line. Something I've been noticing from your equations and things is that often you're doing an inside and an outside. if that's true, they often are like basically the same line, just moved a little bit. So what I would do is I would go to this blue line and I would copy this part here, copy this and paste it into the bottom so it creates a new line. And then I just need to move it down, maybe instead of 16, maybe 18 or 19, right? So not 19, I'll do like 18.5, 18.8. So then I see, oh, look, check it out. I already created that line and now I just need to cut it off. I'm going to cut it off here. Negative 29.5 is less than x. And then over here, maybe negative 5.3, negative 5.3, like that. So I can see, I kind of get like more bang out of my buck. I get two lines created. I didn't have to do too much for that. Okay. For people who are interested in parabolas, does that help us? Yes, yes. See the yeses in the chat. Awesome. So if I'm thinking about this equation here, I might do like a straight line here and then a parabola that goes this way, right? And then I might do like a straight line here and then maybe a big wide parabola that goes this way. And then maybe a straight line and then maybe like a straight line and then maybe a sideways parabola here if I am interested in trying that. So I kind of like think, so like it is going to take like maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 lines just to get over there, right? Ones that are a little curved to the side. Do you mean like this one, Brandon? Like a little like sideways? Yeah, okay. So what I would do is I would start with this equation again. So I'm going to copy it and paste it. And then in order to make it turn sideways, I need to switch the y into an x and the x into a y. Like that. That's going to turn it sideways. And then I need to move it over here. So its vertex is going to be like right around here. So like maybe negative 45. So my x is negative 45, something like that. And then I need to move it down to like maybe negative 22. And change this to like 22, like that. So that looks decent for now. I'm going to make it skinnier. So I'm going to make this number like 30 or like, let's try like 10. 10's looking pretty good. I think it would depend on like where this straight line ends, but like maybe a little bigger, maybe like 15, something like that. Maybe I want to move it. I see that it's like, oh, it's looking pretty good here. So I might move it down a little bit. So right now it's at 22. I might move it to 23. 23 is too far, 22.5, something like that. And then maybe since I see like it's pretty solid here, it might need to make it just a little wider. So I might try like 20. 20 is too much, so like 18 or 17, something like that. And then I would see where it connects with my other lines. Antoine, there is a, if you're talking about a parabola, so parabolas go up and down like this. Hyperbolas are the same equation, but with x and y switched, the inverse, they go like this. If you're trying to make it like this, there technically is a way to do it, but it's very, very complicated. So what I would recommend is doing the top part of a sideways parabola like this and cutting it off right here, and then doing a second parabola down here, right? So you do like one parabola that goes like this, and then another parabola that basically goes like this. So I think that making two parabolas, one, it'll count for two lines, and it's much easier. The slanted one requires like using degrees and stuff. It's very complicated. So I'd recommend two parabolas. Awesome. You're welcome. No problem. Okay. I know that we had some issues that we needed to solve. So Marcy's group, Marcy, Samantha, you're in Marcy's group. Do you still have your picture behind yours? Oh, Marcy, your picture is still here. Oh, great. I thought you were in my group that didn't have their picture. Who doesn't have their picture? Oh, Wendy, did your picture disappeared? Oh, okay, but you don't have a partner. Okay, Marcy and Samantha, tell me what the issue is, or tell me what you're thinking. Somebody can come off mute if you want. Wanted to see if there are enough to make parabolas. Yes. Let's see. So right now you have one. You have one so far. Where is it? This one here. Yeah, this is all this. Yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna have, how have you guys broken it up? Marcy and Sam? Are there more people on your team, or is it just the two of you guys? Oh, we have two. Okay. Yes. Okay. So I would say like you should have, I mean, this O right here is going to be at least 1, 2, 3 and straight lines. This C right here is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4 probably. This is 5. There's probably one here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The S is going to have like 5 or 6 of them. This S is going to have 5 or 6 of them. The R is going to have at least 2 or 3. The circles will all count. So you could do like one circle, the outside of the yellow, the inside of the blue, and the outside of the yellow. So that's 4 more there. The U is going to have at least 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think there's enough here, ladies. There's 3 of you in your team. Yeah, so how did you break it up? Did you do like someone's doing each different letters? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think it's complicated enough. If you can finish this, then it will be complicated enough for you to get your points. I think you're fine. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for checking in. Yes. All right. Wendy, you sent me this one. We lost our picture, huh? Just like accidentally deleted. Yeah, I think I have your guy here. Where's Pomona? There you are. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I think I have your screenshot. Let me see if I have it on my computer already. Now we can screenshot it again. Loading. All right, so we'll do this. We will turn off your grid and we will take a screenshot of this. And then go back here. No. I'm gonna open yours again. So, took the screenshot. All right. All right. Let's, we can get it lined back up. Okay. Wendy, I'm gonna send you this link so you can open. I'm gonna send you. Where are you? There you are. I'm gonna send you this link. You can still move if you click on the picture and then you want to move it around to make it more exact, you can. Just make sure that you save. Okay. Does that work, Wendy? Cool. Yeah, you can still move it around. Just click this little dude. Don't use the outside ones, like use the center one to like move it until it's like set up back where you want it, and then you'll be good to go. Wendy, something to note, when I was talking about precision, this is like the kind of thing where you'd want to extend these. So like this line, instead of stopping it at like 16.5 or 16, I might stop it at 16.5 so that when I zoom in, they're like touching exactly, rather than doing that. You can do that later. Don't worry about that right now. I'd say just work on the lines for right now. And you don't have to do every single letter. So if you don't want to do Pomona College, like if you just want to do the outline and then maybe like the flame thing, whatever this is, and maybe 1887 or something, you don't have to do everything that's on there. So as long as you have like enough equations, which I think you will. Yeah, cool. Fix that later. Sounds like a plan. All right, Pomona, you're good to go. Hi, Angela. Did you want to work with your team, Angie? Yes. All right. University of North Carolina. There you go. Bye, Wendy. You're welcome. Jennifer, can I help you? Or Gary or Emiliano, Sari, Helen, Kayla, Melanie. Kayla, I think you had a question. Okay, Kayla, send me your link. Let me see. It's not the end of the world, Kayla. It's gonna be okay. We can add to it. Kayla, how many people are on your team? Oh yeah, Giselle did the leaf, huh? Okay, so right now you're at 22. What are you, and are you like supposed to be done? Is this like what you had to do, or you still have to do more? This is your bet. Okay. Yeah, you don't have enough parabolas. Let's see. So something you could talk about with your team, because Janet is probably not gonna have enough either, right? Something you guys could chat about is like, maybe you want to put like a frame around the outside of yours. So something you might do is like Google, like, let's see if Vanderbilt has any like it maybe making it a shield or something. Or you guys could put another, like a leaf on both sides. Let's see, go to images. Wow, I want their logo. I don't want pictures. Beautiful campus. It's in Nashville. I actually visited it one time. You could, what if you did like something like this outline, just the outline of the same leaf? What if you put like a leaf on like this side and on this side, so you each could have a leaf? Because I think that would help you, Kayla. Yeah, I think you could add, yeah, I think a leaf, either like a leaf, like you could put a leaf up here and a leaf over here. And what you could do, honestly, if you want to use the same leaf, you could just take your picture and you can rotate it like 2, something like that. And then that leaf could go over there, and then -2, that would go to the other side. Maybe the leaf is like behind it. Yeah, and flip it, right? And then you can kind of like move this out if you need to. As long as the one that you have is already, as long as this is set and good, you can move your picture around. You just want to be careful that you don't move it around until you have all the lines that you need for that section. Cool, yeah. So Kayla, just chat with your team members and let me know if you have any issues. Great. Kayla, is your team still here? Yeah, they're still in their room, so you can pop in there. You should still have the breakout. Marcy, yours is fine. It's complicated enough for honors. Yeah, you're good. Jennifer, you want help on the wings? Yes, absolutely. Can you send me your link, please? Emiliano wants help with the helmet or the eyes. Yeah, send me your link, please. Amazing. Jennifer. Yeah, Marcy, I think you're going to have more parabolas than you realize when you actually get into it. So I think you're good. Just like if there is a chance to make a parabola, don't make like use a parabola. Don't make like two lines that like look like a parabola. So any chance that you get to make a parabola, you should do that. All right, Jennifer, we're trying to make these wings. Yes. Are you doing like you want to make like this? Do you, oh, I see. So maybe a parabola that if we start at this green line and just work up, one parabola that goes like this, and we'll just cut it off for that part there. You're welcome, Marcy. So I'm going to go ahead. You already have a parabola here. So I'm just going to copy this one and paste it down here. That's this purple line down here. So we need to make it go up here. So instead of negative, I'm going to turn it positive. And then I'm going to move it over here. This is like the X is like 34. So instead of 10, I'm going to put 34 like that. And then the Y is like 10. So I'm going to change this to positive 10. Something like that. Does that make sense so far, Jennifer? You just copied and pasted. Cool. So then now that it's here, I see like it might want to start it like a little bit more over. So maybe instead of 34, like 33 or 32. And then maybe I want to make it a little wider. So instead of 7, I might try 8 or 9, maybe 8.5, like that. And then I want to cut it off here at 32. So I'm going to start with 32 is less than X. And then honestly, what I might do, is make this next line and then cut them off where they touch. So like if I copy this equation and I paste it here, I'm gonna move it up maybe to like 13. I'm just guessing. So maybe 13 is fine, but then I want it to be a lot wider. So maybe like 12 or 14, or maybe 15 or 16, like that. And then I would cut this one off like right here, 34.7. 34.7 is less than X. And then I would actually like click on this place. Okay, this is the exact number that I need to be off, 39.37. So I would put here 39.37 and here 39.37 so that they meet at like that exact same number right there. How does that look, Jennifer? Angela, no problem, Jen. Angela, you are already in the group, so you might just have to go down to the bottom. You should see something that says breakout room. And then you should be able to go there because you and Helen are both actually in the group already. Do you see that button, Angela? Do you see that button, Helen? Yeah, so go ahead and click that button and press join. And you should head into that breakout room. All right. So Jennifer, I would just keep using the same equation and just keep making small adjustments for all of the like ins and outs of the dude. Yeah. All right. All right, Emiliano. All right, nice. So you want to make like this line here? What if we use a circle, Emiliano? Kind of looks like a circle, right? Do you want me to help? I can show you how to make a circle.
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, I was thinking you could use a circle. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
No? Okay. So a circle equation is x squared plus y squared equals a number. You can. I'm just going to put in 100 just for fun. You can put in whatever number you want. So we're going to move it around and make it smaller and bigger. So this is the standard equation for a circle. X squared plus y squared equals a number. And then, so in order to move it over, I'm going to change the x. In order to move it up and down, I'm going to change the y. I'm going to add a number to the y. And then in order to make it bigger or smaller, I'm going to change the 100. So I'm going to need this to be like a little smaller. So I'm going to choose like maybe 60, something like that, maybe 50. And then I want to move it over here. So the center of this circle is probably around here, maybe at like 12 with my x. So I'm going to change this to plus 12, but remember that it needs to be the opposite. I'm going to choose minus 12 like that. Once I get it over there, I see, oh, it's actually like too big. So I'm going to change the 50 maybe to 40, or maybe to 30, something like that. So now that I see that it's like pretty much working, I'm going to move it down just a little bit. And the way that I do that is by putting a number next to y. So it should be -1, but it's the opposite. So maybe +1. I moved it down maybe plus 1/2 instead, or 0.5, maybe 0.6, 0.7, oh, 0.3, maybe 0.4. Aha, something like that.
Yeah, I think that should work.
That looks pretty good, right? So the way that we have to cut off circles is different, Emiliano. You have to use, because you use x and y, you have to use x and y restriction. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to click over here. The x value there is 7.7. So I want the x's that are bigger than 7.7. So I'm going to do 7.7 is less than x, like that. But then that still leaves this part here. And I don't really want that part. I probably want it to start right around here, because I want it to do like this part here. So 0 is my y. So I'm going to go here and put 0 is less than y, like that. Oops, got to use a bracket, not a parenthesis, like that. And then because I used the x and the y, now it's cut off for that section. So I might just make like a straight line that goes from this black one to the purple one here. A linear line. Does that help with that one?
Yes, miss.
Cool. And then I might use like a parabola. You don't have to, I'd probably use a parabola for this one. Put the vertex like right here and then cut it off like normal, like you've been doing for these ones down here. Good job, Emiliano. It's looking great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Gary, how is yours going?
Pretty well. I have an idea of what I need to do, and right now I'm just like kind of just putting the lines together, like the parabolas and everything that I need to do.
Okay.
It doesn't seem too hard. Doesn't seem too easy though. So it's just
Okay.
right.
But we do need to like be moving and grooving on it, yeah?
Yeah, I might be a little bit behind, but that's about it.
Okay. All right. Remember, if you have 10 lines, you should submit on PT4. And if you have 20 lines, you should submit on PT5, because you can get those points. You can get those points later, but you should get those points now if you can.
Yeah.
Cool. Hi, Sada E. How are you doing?